Hello, Be Awesome listeners. This is Joshua Peach, excited for another episode of the Local Editions podcast that we're doing. This is episode 54, and this is really an interesting one. Someone I've never actually met in person, didn't talk to until just a few minutes ago, and happened to meet through my fiance, Amy, who shared a photo on Facebook where this woman was going around and doing family photos on people's porches, which is really cool, keeping socially distant. And what was really cool is she's donating a lot of the proceeds to worthwhile charities and local businesses to keep them going. And so I reached out a couple of days ago and we put this together. And Leah, Romig, welcome to the Be Awesome podcast. We're going to get right into this, but first of all, welcome to the podcast. Thank you for giving us some of your time and sharing your story.
Thanks for having me.
So tell us a little bit about this. Where did it start? You know, this obviously wasn't your full-time gig of doing family porch photos and kind of some of the things that you're doing to support the community with this effort.
So basically, I kind of heard about it through Facebook. I saw another photographer doing it. I don't recall the town. It might be like Needham or something. And I think she was actually, getting donations for a specific cause. And, I was thinking about it. I've always done photography sort of on the side as my second job. It's always been a good hobby of mine. I'm always taking family photos, and, I'm home with the corona going on, and I kind of figured, well, why don't I do something to give back to the community and, keep myself busy at the same time and be safe at the same time. So I decided that I was going to do my own little porch project and shoot families at the comfort of their own porch and, stay within a safe distance. Mm-hmm. And I guess I asked for $25. Mm-hmm. And whatever money that I'm gathering, the majority of it is going either to local small businesses or like the Easton Food Bank. I just gave $200 to that. Let's see, a couple of weeks ago, I got from, I will say, can I say Bill's Pizza?
Oh yeah, you can
Bill's
promote.
Pizza happens to be
one of our favorites. Whoever you're supporting.
Yeah, one of our local favorites. So I grabbed lunch from Bill's Pizza, and they had them deliver it to the Easton Police, and I also had them deliver lunch to the Easton Fire Department. So it's sort of that type of thing that I'm doing, mm-hmm. appreciating our first responders as well as trying to give back to small businesses and at the same time.
And you're staying pretty busy.
I am staying very busy. I have been doing this almost every day since the end of March. I'm going out again today. Today, actually, I'm going to West Bridgewater. My first one's at 2:30, and my last one's at about 6:30.
And so you're getting like neighborhoods, so you're going to West Bridgewater. Are you doing all West Bridgewater homes, 2:30 to 6:30, or you bouncing around?
Yeah, so what happens is, someone will inquire, and they just so happen to be in West Bridgewater. So then there'll be other people that inquire. So I try to do chunks of, mm-hmm. Where people are from. So for instance, yesterday I was in Raynham. I happen to have about 7 families that were in Raynham. So I did all of those. And then I tagged on a couple of Easton ones to start, because obviously I'm in Easton. I would prefer to stay in Easton. But if I'm, getting inquiries of surrounding towns that abut Easton, I will definitely go to them. I did Norton. I did about 10 families in Norton 2 days ago. And I will take, I want to give back to their towns too. I mean, they gave me the donation. They're in Norton. So I will, buy from a local place there and then send lunch to the Norton Police or the Norton Fire, something like that. So far I'm always doing Easton, but I've done Norton, West Bridgewater, Raynham, and this week I'm also going to Stoughton.
Wow. And so one of the things that was interesting about you that I didn't know anything about you, right? You and I went Facebook message
virtually
back and forth
met.
A little bit. Yes, we literally virtually met on this call on this podcast. But this isn't your full-time gig. Like this isn't, you're not doing family photographs as a full-time job and just decided to do this to keep things going. This was something that you just said, hey, I've got some time. I can do I can do this. I want to do this, and I want to make a difference. And you're having fun doing it. That was kind of the cool piece to all of this, was that, you're just keeping yourself going with it and giving back, right? While everybody's sitting here, having a hard time and struggling, trying to figure things out. You're out doing this. Not as, this isn't your bread and your butter, as they say.
Right. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, I was getting a little bored at home with the whole pandemic going on. I mean,
Yeah.
my kitchen is super, super clean right now.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I kind of wanted to keep myself busy, and I wanted to, keep my brain working, and I wanted to, I kind of felt like everybody's struggling. It's not just, me and everybody, but financially, or, boredom, or,
Yeah.
so it kind of felt like it mentally might help.
Yeah.
Physically might help, and financially is going to help the town.
Right. Well, it's I think when you said your kitchen's really clean, I think you're going to see, as this progresses, as time goes on, and as you're doing this, I think you're going to see yards much nicer and cleaner. I think you're
Oh,
going to see
yes.
some of the nicest yards, like 3 weeks ago. And it's like, as I was telling you, I traveled prior to this. I was traveling, 100 last year. I did 180 days on the road. So obviously, the landscape isn't the way that I like it to be, and a lot of the projects aren't the way that I'd like it to be, because I'm limited on time. So now we've got a bunch more time, and people should be staying in or staying home or close to home, so doing projects. So I suspect you're going to just have beautiful flowers and green grass and well manicured spaces and everything that people are going to spend more time with. But one of the things that I saw that's even better than the beautiful spaces are the beautiful smiles. You sent me a number of photos, and just the joy and the smiles that people have has got to be, one, very gratifying, and two, I mean, it's just something that we all need to see more of, because there's a lot of negativity out there. There's a lot of frustration. I mean, you can't find toilet paper. Who would have ever thought that one of the biggest topics of discussion on social media today is who's got the toilet paper? So that's got to be really cool to just see I looked at that album really quick, and one of them in particular is someone I've known for a long time, Julie Erb. They're holding their son upside down, and they're just all they're just smiling, which I'm hoping I sent her a message to see if I could share that photo. But that's got to be really cool. Like, you just got to, like, after every place you leave, you just have to have a big smile on your face, realizing you put a little bit of joy in someone's day by doing what you're doing.
Yeah, it's funny. We actually, I get to a house and I'm like, hey, nice to finally meet you. Sorry I can't shake your hand,
Yep.
but I'm going to stay here if you guys stay there. And it takes a little while to get used to, too, just because, like, I'm so used to, trying to pose somebody. Like, I take them by the shoulders and move them, and I have to, verbally direct them where to go. But the biggest jokes are, oh my God, you made me get out of bed and get dressed and put on some makeup and wash my hair. I'm like, I know, and I'm not wearing my pajamas today because I had to come take your picture.
Oh,
So
yeah.
it's something that actually gets people, like, up and, going and thinking, and it's just a little diversion to what the monotonous day has been over the last week. But
Yeah.
I do think it's great to see that people are, willing, smiling, getting out in the sunshine. They're not going out, but at least they're out and doing something different. And I hope it's something to look forward to.
Yeah. Well, one of the things that is going to be a great, I guess, byproduct of all of this is that photo is a moment in time that family is going to be able to look back on 5 years, 10 years, 50 years from now, and say, this is our family when we went through the most difficult, challenging time in history, unprecedented time, pandemic, and we were still able to smile. Right? When all hope is lost and all looks down and bad, they'll have that photo somewhere, hopefully in a photo album. I'm going to start, like, scrapbooking and doing photo albums, because I'm amazed at the number of photos that I have that just have no place to put them other than a computer, and you never look at them. But it gives people something to look forward to. They put it on there. I think they put it in their hallway or put it someplace where someone asks the question, you go, yeah, that's when we were had to be socially distant, and Leah had to guide us without touching us, and had to be, I don't know how far away you're taking these pictures from, at least 6 feet, but I'm
At
sure that
least,
it's probably,
yeah, usually at least
I'm sure it's
10 or
probably,
more.
yeah. So, but we were able to smile through it all, and that's pretty powerful. Because when people talk about things, it's hard to visualize, and when we talk about this in particular, uh, it's hard to think how did we smile? How did we get through this? Like, how did, how were we not miserable? Like, that's just, when you talk to people, that's a story, and an amazing one.
Yeah.
And you're providing the visual for it. So that's pretty awesome. If I have to say so myself. So how do people get a hold of you? How long are you gonna be doing this for? I think you said the donation, what's the amount? And, are you doing, set days in certain areas? Are you looking for someone to do a neighborhood, pickup? To kind of talk about how that all works, so people know how to get their own family photo. Because I'm going to schedule you when we're done with this, I think, because we need to have one done here.
Yeah, and I try to make it fun. I would try to make sure that people do something funny if they want to do something funny, and other people actually like bringing their own props.
Mm-hmm.
But I charge a minimal fee of $25.
Mm-hmm.
It basically has become very popular. I mean, I thought I was only going to do this for a couple of days, and right now I'm on day like 5, and I have 5 more booked. So, I am trying to play it safe too, and listen to what Charlie Baker is telling me to, stay within a safe distance and stay at home. But I am literally on your sidewalk, taking my 400 millimeter lens, so I am at least 10 feet away.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, you can reach me. The best way to reach me is actually on Facebook, either my personal page, Leah Romig, or my Leah Romig Photography Facebook page, and then we can just, virtually meet and set up an appointment. I try to work around, if someone's from Raynham, then I'll try to put everybody on a Raynham date or a Mansfield date or something like that. But yeah, the majority of what I'm doing right now is in Easton only, because I am, an Easton resident as well.
Yeah. So, and that's Leah Romig. It's LeahRom as in Mary, IG. And you have,
correct.
And you have Leah Romig Photography.
Correct.
That's okay. And it's a minimum $25 donation. People can make additional donations if they want. Is that
Yes,
kind of?
that's fine. I mean, a few people have just, hey, this is for you, or hey, please add this to the donation bin, so, we're giving more back to the community.
Well, this is fantastic. I think that what you're doing is providing a lot of hope and happiness in the community. So thank you for doing that. That's what this whole podcast is designed to do, is to give people hope, optimism, and understanding that there's great people, great businesses, and great things happening all around us, and not to be kind of sucked into all of the bad stuff. It's there. I mean, this definitely sucks. No two ways about it, but there's a lot of good stuff happening too. I got to day drink yesterday. That was pretty cool. Haven't done that in a while, but it was a beautiful day.
I think everybody's doing that right now.
Oh yeah, absolutely. But I mean, Sundays, when we look at this whole thing, it's like weekends are typically crazy. I got 2 kids. I get a 2.5-year-old and a almost 13-year-old, and life is crazy, and school and work and everything during the week, and you get tied down with all sorts of stuff. You don't get to take a little bit of time. And yesterday it was a beautiful day. We all got to go outside, hang out, have an afternoon cocktail, and just relax. I mean, that's a good thing.
Yesterday, it is a good thing. Yesterday, I actually shot a nurse, which was kind of, the feels are there. Last week, I shot a nurse as well, so it's kind of nice to be able to give back to them too, because they're giving so much of themselves right now.
Oh, absolutely. 100%. And the fact that you're sending food to the first responders and doing that, supporting local businesses is fantastic. I know when our son Chance was born, he's our youngest, who's screaming in the background, if you can hear him.
I was going to say, is that him?
Yeah. He's terrorizing everybody and everything. He's a madman. But when he was born, I was bringing pastries and muffins and things to the desk where all the nurses and doctors go. And I was amazed to hear, there was no pandemic, there wasn't anything. But when one of them came to me and they're like, hey, we work 12-hour shifts, and a lot of times we don't get to stop to eat at all. So this is very much appreciated. We forget, and we don't understand what their life looks like and what it is. And
Right.
it's chaotic and crazy even when something like this isn't happening. So to be able to provide them with food, and because they'll forget otherwise sometimes, right? They get caught up. But when hot pizza shows up at the front door, you got to eat that. So really cool stuff. So keep doing what you're doing. Appreciate it. And I'm going to put your Facebook page and everything on my Be Awesome links and on the podcast. And like I say, when we get done with this, I'll have to neaten up my front porch a little bit more. I'm still in the doing work phase, but definitely scheduled to have you come out here and shoot the family for remembrance of all of this stuff that's going on, and to still smile.
Absolutely.
Awesome. Well, appreciate you joining us here. And like I say, if you need to get a hold of Leah, it's Leah Romig on Facebook, and she will schedule you. You can do a minimum donation of $25. You can donate whatever you want, but she's doing some great things and supporting some worthy folks between our first responders, the food pantries right now, not just in Easton, food pantries everywhere are struggling. So if you're listening in Idaho or Louisiana or wherever, be looking for those food pantries and see if you can support them either with food or with finance, because they are definitely depleted. There's never been more need and more people in need than there are today. And with this pandemic, it's only been worse because people even that can't afford a lot of these things can't find the food and toilet paper, again, of all things. So someone must have had the inside line with that. So with that, that'll do it for this episode of the Be Awesome podcast. Going to continue to hopefully keep doing this daily or close to daily as possible. If you have anybody that's in mind that's doing great things like Leah or any of our other guests, please be sure to reach out to me, Josh at Be Awesome. I have Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, Twitter. I still haven't figured out Twitter. Maybe that's one of my projects to do over this COVID quarantine. But if you send them my way, or if you want to reach out to me directly, like Neil at McGuire's did, we'll get you on the podcast. We'll share your story. We'll promote your business. If you're doing great things for the community, making a difference, we'll have you on as long as you want to talk. So also in the last, if you can do ratings, reviews, likes, comments, shares, grow the following in our YouTube channel and podcast channels, that would be very much appreciated. And if you do a rating and review, especially on I think it's the iTunes channel that houses all of my ratings and reviews, send me an email. I'll send you a t-shirt. Your time is valuable and I appreciate it. So with that, Leah, thank you. Have a great day. Go do your shoots. And I really appreciate what you're doing.
Thank you.
And to our audience, if you can be anything, be awesome.